So welcome back to another quick update. I'm going to do a very short one today just to kind of give you an idea of what my plan is. It's now the weekend and my wife's away, so I've got a few days to play in the garden, and I've kind of already preemptively told her that she's going to have a bit of a surprise when she comes back, so I've got to crack on with a few jobs. Today I'm joined by my dog Ori. Ori, good boy. He's going to be helping me, and by helping me he's going to be dropping his ball right where I'm digging and then looking very sad when I'm not playing with him. It's a glorious day today, nice sunny day. It is quite windy though, so I'm going to try and keep out of the wind so that the audio is a little bit better than last time. But I am in what's going to be my shady area. It's this patio just in front of the summer house. So I've decided this is going to be shady, and we're going to have the ferns and some hostas and bits and pieces like that in here. As you can see, the sun is like up there, so that means the bananas will have to grow up tall, so they do that every year, that's not a problem. Then in here, this bed, like I said last time, the yuccas are going to be lifted and moved, probably just into some pots temporarily. I've got an idea for them out the front, but then that bed is going to be basically a solid wall of proper tropicals, because you look out over from the kitchen sink, so it'd be nice when we're out in the kitchen, you know, preparing food and washing up and whatnot, to have a nice area to look at. So that's going to be colourful, kind of cannas, gingers, irisine, heucheras, that kind of thing. So the main thing for this weekend is going to be, as I said last time, the gunnerer. I'm going to get this all done, get that done, and then to help make this whole area kind of feel more enclosed, obviously we've got the canopies overhead with the cherry blossom, eucalyptus, and then this loquat. I want this whole area to feel enclosed, so every year, kind of Aprilish time, I tend to go out and do a nice plant trip up to Norfolk, and there's always some laburnums out in flower up that area, and every year I say I want one, and every year I forget, but not this year. This year I'm going to go out and pick one up this weekend, hopefully. I want to get one in kind of down where these Ligularia Przewalski seedlings are, and get one in here to fill that column up to next door's trees that are coming over, and then that will give a bit more shade into this area. But I also, let me move around here, want to have almost like a solid wall as you come over the bridge of green. So I'm thinking over this platform I'm going to have a bit of an arch, probably with something like Clematis amandii, something that's going to be nice, evergreen, bit of flower. So that's my idea there. Then over the bridge, I think I've decided replacing the acacia is going to possibly be, I think it's Betula serrano, the Tibetan birch. I've seen I can pick up a nice multi-trunk. I want to get multi-trunk that's going to kind of sprout out each way and then form a nice sized canopy over, you know, the next 5-10 years, and then the Trachycarpus fortunei I can grow up in front of it. The eucalyptus can grow up and fill over this way a bit more. That will give this whole area a bit more shelter. Obviously the Tetrapanax will be growing up, the Chimerots will grow up over time and bush out more and more. The pond area, this is quite a large open area. When I've been looking around the garden, when I did my pass, I have to have good access through for wheelbarrows and, you know, all sorts of things. We've had little meat diggers and all sorts come through. So I need to keep the access open, but I still want canopy. So this is going to be quite an open area for the pond, but we do get, you know, the cannas and everything. They do reach, you know, 5-6 foot, so it's a bit more enclosed. But we've got the rheum down here, and then where these couple of Aquilegias have self-seeded, I'm going to look at getting another palm. Probably, seeing as we have a waggy over there, I might just go for another waggy here, and then that will, I'm not going to be buying a big one, I don't think. Watch this space, we'll see. Get a smaller one so it settles in a bit quicker and starts to put its growth in, and hopefully that will eventually, you know, form a nice sized trunk. Then that way, when you're coming in to the garden, you're going to have the height of that there, you've got the height of the bamboo, you know, you're getting a lot more of your view blocked, so it's more of an adventure as you go through the garden. The other side of this Niagara is really quite open, and in that bed I think I'm going to get myself a standard Fortunii and get that to grow straight up there, and then I may do another garden arch between the Chimerops and the Hemeroclus over to where the bamboo is, and have another garden arch with another probably Clematis or Mandii growing over there, so that you have a solid wall blocking your view as you come in from that angle. Obviously the honeysuckle is all going to be growing up the trellis over time, and that's going to fill that whole area in, and then all down here will hopefully, that's only been in the ground for a year there now, so that's going to hopefully over the next year or two fill that whole set of trellis in. That will enclose that area. This area is going to be a bit more open and sunny, so that we get, you know, a nice area to sit in the sun and have a barbecue, a couple of drinks and stuff. I'm going to be getting some pots for the blueberries and get them in some bigger pots. I'm going to get a couple of extra water butts for the greenhouse, and then the next main thing is going to be down the bottom where the other Philostachys were. Thinking about it more and more, we get a lot of wind whip through from the paddock down the bottom, so I'm thinking, wait for it, another arch, but not just an arch. I'm going to do some posts either side of it with some trellis to form a bit of a windbreak, not a solid windbreak but a bit of a windbreak, and then the Philostachys are going to be on this side of the trellis and the arch, and then on the other side I'm thinking probably a couple of big hardy doers, something like a Cuba japonica, that will take a bit more of the wind. That way, hopefully, because the wind, I can feel it in my face now, you're probably going to hear it on the audio as well, I'm afraid, just whips through and goes straight into the garden. So hopefully this will break it up just a little bit. So that's this weekend's plans. There's a lot to do there. I've still got other things that I need to do around the house because it's just me and the boy. So I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to start over on the Gunnerer, and I will probably chuck in a few little snippets of progress.